Let's also understand what exactly India gains from this landmark India-US trade deal. So India will get easier access to world's richest market. Lower trade barriers now open the doors wider for Indian goods and services into the US, the world's largest consumer market. This will improve volumes, pricing power, and also long-term export visibility. Now, low tariff on textile, leather, gems and auto, which has been agreed upon. So, reduced tariffs sharply improve the competitiveness of labor-intensive Indian exports in the United States, and the margins improve, making Indian products more attractive against global peers. It's a mega boost to MSME exporters as well. MSMEs gain easier entry into the US market with fewer tariff and compliance hurdles. This could significantly expand order books and export participation from smaller firms. It's a big boost to pharmaceutical and generics sector also. Indian pharma companies gain stronger access to the United States generic markets, the world's biggest. Lower trade friction supports higher volumes and faster regulatory traction as well. In fact, electronics chip supply chain may also shift to India. Tariff certainty encourages global companies to diversify supply chains away from China, and India then emerges as a stronger manufacturing and assembly hub for electronics and semiconductors. It's a big win for the IT and services exports as well. Improved trade relations support cross-border services, tech, outsourcing, and also digital trade. Indian IT firms benefit from stronger client confidence and also deal momentum. Now, smoother access to defense and high-tech also is what India gains. Closer trade ties, ease technology transfers and defense collaboration with the US. This strengthens India's domestic manufacturing and strategic capabilities also. So this is what India gains from this big trade deal that has been announced by US President Donald Trump. My colleague Rohit Sharma continues to stay with us from Washington, D.C. Rohit, also throw some light on the conditions that are part of this trade deal, which were also announced by Donald Trump.
Well, I think President Trump had mentioned a couple of things, right? First thing he talked about is the oil, that India would be buying oil from Venezuela, from the US, right? And I think that is in a way a subtle nod to the fact that India has been trying to diversify its energy imports, and I think that's something that India has mentioned multiple times. So that's another area which I think will benefit both the nations. India is not being asked, to, hey, figure it out on your own. America is saying, look, we have this, our companies are going to be having this oil, and this is, you could be a great client for it. So I think that's one. The other aspect about making sure that we do open up our certain sectors to American agriculture exports. And that, again, as I said, we'll have to wait and watch what kind of exceptions are there, what kind of deal has been agreed to. And third being the $500 billion investment. I think that is something that President and the Prime Minister agreed to. I think Prime Minister of India last February had said that the goal is to have the trade up by at least $500 billion. So again, nothing that hasn't been heard before, nothing that, President Trump did not say before. This has been in works. And again, something that, the Indian side has been able to negotiate on its terms. That's why it took such a long time. So we'll have to wait and watch what it means. But nothing to me sounds out of, like there's no new variable introduced in this. India gets a good deal. I think we were all wondering what final number would President Trump put on India, and I think he's done. He's being nice to India by just putting 18% tariffs, and then making sure that there would be sector-wise exceptions. There would be tariffs that would probably not even apply on certain things, which we'll have to wait and watch. One thing that still does not. I think textile is one of them, if I'm not mistaken. I think jewelry is another one. And then, the shrimp exports and as such, very vital to India and also to the US. So we'll have to wait and watch what the final deal looks like.
Right, Rohit. So we have to wait and watch what the final deal looks like. Rohit, do stay with us.